Police clam up about the identity of a would-be hijacker who caused havoc last night aboard an Air Botswana plane. A new survey reveals Gauteng drivers are the nation's worst when it comes to road rage. And Oscar fever grips Hollywood as this year's nominations are announced. Live from Johannesburg, this is E-News Primetime. Good evening. Police are remaining tight-lipped about the identity of a man who hijacked a plane en route to OR Tambo International Airport overnight. The suspect is believed to be a citizen of Cameroon. He threatened to blow up an Air Botswana flight shortly after takeoff from Gaborone. He claimed to be a member of Al-Qaeda, but this is not being taken seriously.
Security at OR Tambo was put on high alert as the plane made its way to Johannesburg from Gaborone. All police knew from the crew was that a man on board was threatening to detonate a bomb. The aircraft landed on an isolated runway where police surrounded it. One passenger on board sent this SMS to her family. It reads, "We have been hijacked. This is not a joke. Please pray for us." The would-be hijacker never gained access to the cockpit of the Air Botswana plane, similar to this one. Police have still not confirmed what his demands were, but it's believed he did not want to be deported back to the Cameroon. As it turned out, he did not have a bomb and was overpowered by police when he allowed them to enter the plane. Claims he was a terrorist aren't being taken seriously, although police are being vague.
I cannot say it's untrue, neither can I say it's true, but there's absolutely no evidence to even suggest that he is involved in any terrorist activities or any terrorist organizations as such. So until we are able to substantiate such claims, then perhaps we would disclose it, but at this stage there's no evidence to suggest that.
Passengers on board the plane have been receiving trauma counseling. The hijacker is due in court later this week. Belinda Moses, E-News, Johannesburg.
Arts and Culture Minister Pallo Jordan is defending Tony Yengeni in the wake of animal cruelty claims. The SPCA wants Yengeni prosecuted for spearing a bull during a traditional Thanksgiving ceremony. But Jordan says Yengeni's critics are ignorant and racist.
The bull and 2 sheep were slaughtered this weekend as Yengeni's friends and family celebrated his release from prison. He served 5 months of a 4-year term for fraud. The SPCA is outraged. But Jordan says the group is being hypocritical and disrespectful to African culture. The SPCA denies it's being racist or that it's picking on Yengeni, but says that animals, even those lined up for ritual slaughter, must be treated with respect.
A woman is fighting for her life tonight after her Bible study meeting ended in tragedy last night. A fellow church member believed to be her ex-boyfriend opened fire inside the church, killing their pastor and seriously injuring the woman before turning the gun on himself.
The Masiphumelele Baptist Church still bears the scars of last night's shooting. A group of around 10 people had gathered inside for the weekly Bible study meeting, but this one would end differently to others. One of the members, a 37-year-old male, left the room briefly at around 8 o'clock, allegedly to load his firearm.
Eyewitnesses say the shooter came back in through this door and opened fire on the group. He shot the pastor in the head and then his ex-girlfriend in the back as she tried to get away. He then reloaded and turned the gun on himself.
This woman feels lucky to be alive. She'd been inside the church when the shooting happened. We can't show her face as she did not want to be identified.
We were so afraid. We never thought something like that would happen in church.
Reverend John Thomas is a long-time friend and colleague of Pastor Zanikele Moxon, who died on the scene. He still can't believe his friend is dead.
Feeling at the moment is just great shock. I guess a sense of disbelief that this man of peace, this Martin Luther King type man, could be slain in his own church when all he has done is nothing but good.
The ex-girlfriend is in a stable but serious condition at the Grooterschuur hospital. Lukhanyo Kalata, E-News, Cape Town.
A KwaZulu-Natal community is up in arms over the possibility of 3 rape accused being released on bail. The 3 men appeared in the Scottsboro Magistrates Court today. Amongst the angry crowds outside was popular Afrikaans musician Steve Hofmeyer.
In this South Coast town housing complex, a group of 5 holidaymakers was tied up and 3 women amongst them gang raped. The callous intruders then cooked and ate food in the house. Nearly a month on, the suspects are in court, charged with 15 violent crimes including rape, armed robbery and attempted murder. Tempers and emotions ran high as protesters demanded justice. They want only the most extreme punishments to be meted out. Local musician Steve Hofmeyer joined the call for government to take action.
Well, firstly, I think we're in a state of emergency in this country, and the only people who can change that are the people who exactly do not believe that we have any problems here, and that's the government. So I'm asking the government for a different set of rules for a different kind of people. We have crime like any other country in the world, but the kind of crime we have here deserves a different kind of measure.
Police are confident their investigation will stand up in court and have described it as airtight. The accused have been remanded in custody until Thursday for their formal bail application, and if they get bail, it's likely to further enrage the protesters. Morgan Collins, E-News, Scottsboro.
And now for a quick look at the day's markets. And when E-News Primetime continues, Gauteng's drivers exposed as South Africa's worst when it comes to road rage.